Alright guys, it is almost the end of the month, which means time for another episode of this podcast, or whatever you want to consider it. February is always a really weird month for us, and I don't know why. I like to blame Kyle and tell him that it's his bad luck, and it all gathers for 28 days, but it always seems like a little bit of a shit show. Pardon my language, but every year. So I think I mentioned on the last podcast that we just finished replacing our water heater at the end of January. Was about to split down the seam in the back. Would have been a huge mess. Would have been a great excuse to clean up my basement, but still a huge mess. So luckily we caught that in time, got that all changed out. And not even 2 weeks later, our fridge died. Now keep in mind, both of these appliances are only about 5 years old because we closed on this house, which was brand new, almost exactly 5 years ago. So that was a little frustrating. And then we spent about a week trying to see if it was fixable, if we could fix it ourselves, what the deal was. Ran around for a week doing that. Didn't have much luck with our cheapest options for fixing, and did some more research, found out that the fridge that we had tended to have a lot of issues like this, and usually went out around the 3-year mark, and then people that did fix this issue, it only lasted like another 1 to 3 years for them. So we went ahead and ordered a fridge, but it's still not here. Well, by the time this goes up, it might be coming today, but we haven't heard one way or another since we ordered it. This was the original date that they said it might be here. Fingers crossed. It has been about a month. We have a old hand-me-down fridge in our garage, thank goodness. Old school, bottom fridge, top freezer. Super grateful to have it, and it up until now has just served as like an extra beverage fridge. I buy milk like 4 at a time because we have 2 toddlers and Capri Suns and whatnot, so it holds all of our extra beverages, and now it's holding all of our food in the garage, down the stairs from the kitchen. Huge pain in the butt. I mean, could be worse, but still, it's been a month and we're over it. So hopefully, fingers crossed, fridge shows up today. I will be putting it on my Insta stories, on my Facebook stories, in my Snapchat. I will be so excited. You will know when our fridge gets here, so stay tuned for that. After that, actually, it wasn't too bad for a little while. Usually it seems like it's one thing after another. I got my hair done. I don't know if you noticed. It's a pretty new color. It's actually like a violet color, but it's dark enough that I hopefully don't get in trouble for it at work, because we're not supposed to have unnatural hair. So I know you can see over here, it's kind of purple in the light, but in the basement, under fluorescent lighting where I work, not as noticeable. So super excited about that. I also had her cut some little side bangs. Pretty happy with those. I've had bangs for like 95% of my life, so I was missing them. So happy to have those back. We kind of on a whim went and looked at this open house. Kyle's cousin just recently moved to a different area from where they were living, and it's really close to the girls' preschool because they go to school together, and this house opened up literally a block away from them. So we looked at pictures online, we looked at all the specs, went and checked it out, and it was no good, guys. It was not good. The price was more expensive than our current house, which, keep in mind, is only 5 years old. And it needed a lot, and the layout was not great. Super tiny spaces, no laundry, like the laundry was in a closet in the kitchen. All the carpet needed redone. The wood paneling on the outside was like cracking and peeling up. It was not good. But then we went and checked out this other one in the downtown area, not too far away, and it was adorable. It was, I think they said 1920s. It was only 3-bedroom, and there were just a couple things that made us kind of concerned about it, besides the fact that it is downsizing from where we currently are. But in another life, it was so cute. I loved it. I still think about it often, but just not the one for us. But we're not actively looking to move. If you asked Kyle, he would tell you otherwise, because I'm constantly sending him houses and looking at houses. But I just like to shop around. I like to keep an open mind. I love our house. I'm happy with our house. The location is good in some aspects because it's super quiet. We're a little bit removed from town. We don't really get any outside traffic or activity. It's really only the families living here, and that's awesome. But now that Evelyn is being ran around constantly for school and stuff, it's a little bit tougher when you have to drive 15 to 20 minutes from school to your house and then back out repeatedly throughout the day. So not a huge thing, but just something we looked at. Not, Mom, don't get excited, don't stress out, nothing is happening. We just went and looked. But I did get my first speeding ticket in about 12 years on my way home from dropping Evelyn at school. Addie was in the back seat. She had passed out, and I didn't even know I was speeding. Didn't even know. I don't know how many, I'm not gonna lie guys, I'm a speeder. I am constantly running late. I am constantly speeding to get somewhere, and the one time that I'm just not even paying attention, I get pulled over. So that was a fun experience. Things are different, things are new. They gave me like a printout ticket instead of a handwritten one, so no chance of getting off on some, you know, something being misprinted or written wrong. So there goes that. But you can pay online now, so that's handy if you didn't know. Not that I'm saying go ahead and get a ticket because it's easier, but it's a nice option. So we also, this last weekend, went to a father-daughter dance. My dad is the member of a local Elks club and has been for my entire life. And I have gone to this father-daughter dance with him every year, which makes it 29 years now that we have gone to this dance. And now that we have 2 little girls, Kyle and the girls get to come with us. So that's really fun. The girls get all dressed up. We all get all dressed up. I'll try to put up a picture of at least them. I don't know if our pictures turned out, but we all get dressed up and the girls run around and dance with all the other little girls, and it's super fun, and it's just a nice night out. Excuse to get dressed up, hang out with some family, and dance to some fun music. So that was fun. And then the day after, we went to a diaper party. One of Kyle's longtime friends is having their first baby, having a little boy. So we went for a little party for them just to show some support and give them some diapers, which they're gonna need. So that was fun. What else has happened this month? Kyle had a shift change at work. Prior to this, we had been on rotating shifts. Well, he had been on rotating shifts, nights and days and nights and days, on top of my nights, just run of nights. And now he is on all days, Monday through Thursday, which is really nice for him. I mean, he's not a fan of days, but it's easier for him. He gets all of his weekends off, but that means that I get to do all of the school running, because school, you guessed, is Monday through Thursday. So working or not, night shifting or not, I'm running kids, which is what I did today, which is why I have this lovely no makeup complexion, because yeah, I worked last night and I'm running kids today and I work again tonight. So he's only on this through the end of April. Should switch back in May. So only a couple weeks that I gotta survive. We can do this. We got it. I get spring break in there somewhere. I don't even know if it's a week I'm working, but thank goodness for that. So enough rambling about that. Let's get on to crafty stuff, because that's probably why you're here, and you probably don't even care at all about what's going on in my life, which is totally fine, because you got your own life and your own stuff going on. So moving on. This month I did not get a lot of crafting done, believe it or not. We had quite a bit going on. So I did work on my Baubles Shawl a little bit more. I believe I marked where I started the month with this little guy, and now I'm up here. So it's really not a huge leap, but I did finish this brioche section, and now this is the lace that I'm starting. I'm just a couple rows in. Although really, I mean, this doesn't look like very much, but then when you see how long it is, and that's not even extended, that's a little bunched up. I mean, that's a bit of knitting. It's a bit of, just a little bit of knitting. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy. I was hoping to be done with it this month, but now that I'm in the lace, I have the lace and then the last brioche section, and then I'm done. Finally. So excited about that. And I did a little bit of work on my Hermione sock. As I said, this is a little more of my on-the-go knitting, my backup knitting, but I turned the heel, so now I'm just working on this gusset, getting to the instep, making some progress. And really, I think last time I talked about how the pattern seemed a bit confusing and other people were having issues with it from what I read online. It really wasn't too bad. I just went row by row, stitch by stitch, did what it said. It's turning out okay. My heel pattern doesn't quite look like it did in the picture. Let me see if I can find the picture. In the picture it looks more like up and down rows, and that's not how this looks. I don't know how well that's gonna show up there, but so it just looks like rows coming up and down here. And mine has kind of this like diamondy pattern going on. I don't know how well that shows up, but you can kind of see it's kind of almost like a lattice, like it's solid, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure what I'm doing different from how it was written or how it was intended, but I kind of like this better, I'm not gonna lie. So super happy with that. Let's just hope that my second one comes out the same. So I really need to learn. I think after this I'm gonna work on 2 at a time socks, because I think that's gonna be much more my style. Just knocking them both out at once. Don't have to worry about coming back to a section in the pattern on the second one and being like, what the hell is this? I don't know how I did this. What happens here? So 2 at a time. 2 at a time socks, gonna happen. But I'm pretty excited. I made this a lot shorter. I think I said last time also, because I don't wear tall socks really. I wear knee highs, but we all know that I'm not ever gonna knit knee highs again. So we'll see how these go, how this one fits. But what do you guys do? All you sock knitters out there, what do you do if you knit one sock and it doesn't fit? Do you rip it and redo it before you do the second one? What do you do? I don't know. I'm a new sock knitter, so I guess we'll see. Okay, moving on. That's about it for what I completed. Well, didn't even complete, but what I successfully worked on for knitting. I did get my first Make 9 put together. I just got the last stuff in the other day. So, look at this bag. Isn't this adorable? And then it's got drawstring area on the inside. Ugh, handmaker's bag. Love it. This other one, my Hermione, this is a Knitting Nelly bag. Love her bags, and I always have something in this bag, and it's perfect sock size, travel knit, awesome. Okay, so the first Make 9 I'm doing is Addie's Raindrops sweater, because mom guilt. So, I have my pattern, Raindrops. This super cute little, it's almost like a sweater shirt. Super cute. Excuse my terrible manicure. So it's got just these little eyelet details that kind of disperse and spread out. Raindrop themed. So the yarn I got is from Sweet Georgia. And let me show you my terrible cake ball. Yeah, this is the first one I wound. Not the first one ever, just the first of the two. And I rushed through this one and only took about 15 minutes or so, and I wasn't paying attention every time it would skip down to the bottom of the winder. That's what all this is. Yeah. Finally, my second one was a painstaking 45 minutes. But it looks much prettier. But all of this is to say, if you don't wind your own cake balls, thank whoever does, because this is not as easy as it looks. And as I said, this is not the first time that I've done these. I just forgot kind of what a pain they are. You gotta get everything just right, and your tension, and you gotta watch it, and your speed. Ugh. Anyways, so I got those, and then what I was waiting on were my cabled size 1 needles. I have some that I'm doing my Hermione sock with, but since I haven't been a big sock knitter, I didn't have a lot of them. I didn't have enough for this project, so I ordered some new ones. The ones I have for my socks are bamboo or wood or something like that, because that's what I usually prefer to knit with, but ones are pretty little. They're pretty small. And the first time I went to cast on my Hermione socks, no joke, I was in bed, had the TV on, was cuddled up, all my knitting bag. I was so excited. Mid cast on, didn't even complete the cast on, snapped right off my cable. I was devastated. And of course, it was the only 2 sets that I had. So then I had to order some more and wait another couple days till Amazon delivered. Yeah. So this time, I still love wooden needles, but ones are very small, and especially on a cable, I went with some non-wooden ones. So I got 2 pairs because I think I'm gonna be doing quite a bit of sock weight stuff and more socks in the future, so I thought backups would be good to have. So I tried 2 different pairs. We'll see how they go. The first are the Chiaogoos. Yep. Chiaogoo lace. I'm sure you've heard of these if you knit at all. Huge praise. I've heard lots of people love them. I'm not usually a big fan of metal, or these are stainless steel, but we'll see. We'll see how they go. I'm open to them. I'm open. And then the second are the HiyaHiya Sharps, another very popular one. Never tried them, never tried the Chiaogoos. Thought I would give them a go. You actually don't use the ones a lot for the size that I'm doing in this pattern. You do it for like the neckline, and then I think the arms, the sleeves, and you also use double points when you get like to the end of the sleeves so that you're not fighting the cable and stretching it out. So I only needed the one, but I got the two, so we're gonna try them out. So probably by next month, I'll have kind of a review that I'll just put into the episode of what I think. I'm gonna try them both out. So we'll see. We'll see how those go. I'm excited to try them. I'm excited to have extra ones that I hopefully am not gonna break. So that'll be nice. Always good to have at least a backup. So excited to get that cast on. I was hoping to have it cast on by today. Didn't happen. I wanted to finish the heel and the gusset all the way out on my Hermione sock before I cast this on, so that's where we're at. But excited to get going on my Make 9. I was hoping to be able to start Make 9 at the beginning of the year, like maybe even do a New Year cast on, but here we are. It's almost March. At least we're getting somewhere. And other than that, I do have some brand new crafty finds. I actually found these through Andrea Mowry's Instagram. She had posted about a little hack that she does when she's merling. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, when you use two different strands of yarn at once. You hold them together and it gives kind of this marled look of the two combined. So what she does is she uses like a wraps per inch gauge. She showed a different one than this, and I went onto the site and it was out of stock, probably because she posted it, let's be honest. So the one that they had was super cute. It was like a little sheep, and it just had the wraps per inch right along the top of the sheep's back, and then you'd wrap it, and it had a little guide on it that said, you know, 8 wraps is this weight. So the idea is then you can see kind of what your weight is with both of your yarns together, and then you know kind of where to start with your needle size for your correct gauges. So I picked this one up from Fancy Tiger Crafts. That's where she posted that she had found the one that I looked for and it was out of stock. This one I really liked because it has the wraps per inch up here. It has the guide, although honestly, once you wrap it, you're not gonna be able to see this guide. So you're gonna have to wrap it, count them, unwrap it, see how many it is. Not a huge deal, but something I did notice. And then it does also have your 4-inch down here for your gauge swatches, and then of course your needle sizes. So just a handy little tool to have. Probably doesn't have to be in every project bag, but awesome idea to have. And then the other thing that I got was through the Fancy Tiger Crafts website, but it is made by Twig and Horn. This is one I'm sure you've probably seen on Instagram a lot if you follow a lot of knitting pages. It is a gauge swatch ruler. It's nice because it gives you the 4-inch by 4-inch square. So all you do is you knit your gauge, obviously bigger than 4 inches, lay this on it in about the middle, and then you can see, you know, how many rows per inch and how many stitches per inch without having to move and all of that stuff. And then it does also have your needle sizes at the bottom. So again, not something that needs to be in every project bag, but cool tool to have. So I'm happy with these. They really weren't too expensive. This one was $15. This one was $14. So not too bad. I mean, not, you know, it's a little spendy, but it's nothing too crazy. And then I just had to show you this. They sent this in the box because I love good packaging. I love branding. I love all of that. Graphic design. I'm gonna talk about this later. But they sent this little postcard. Will be there for you. And then they've got their info down there. But it is an actual postcard, which I love. I love snail mail. I love the idea of postcards just because. I don't know if I'll actually send this because it's adorable and I'll probably just hang it up and look at it and smile all the time, but super cute. So good job on your packaging and branding, Fancy Tiger Crafts. I dig it. Speaking of graphic design, and this is nothing set in stone, but I've been considering looking into it. It was something I wanted to do forever ago, and then I got talked out of it, and now I'm in the medical field. Figure that one out. So just something I've been looking into, possibly doing online, doing some courses, doing some stuff, maybe a full degree, maybe not a full degree, we'll see. But something that I have a huge interest in that I could maybe do on the side or do for my own personal use or anything, really see what happens with it. I'm gonna start small with, there's this little course that I think is more just how to use the programs that are generally used. And it's only like 35 bucks, and I'm gonna look into that. And then I might look into a degree that I found that's, I think, a 2-year for like $1,200. So we'll see. But Kyle and I have been doing a lot of talking lately about some possible big changes. I don't want to say too much. I did tell you about the graphic design thing, because hopefully that will motivate me to actually pursue it and not just talk about it. But we've discussed that, and we've discussed other joint ventures, so maybe you'll hear more about that soon. I don't know. We'll see. Could be big changes coming. So I think that's all I've got for you guys today. February, man, shortest month, but always just chaos in this house. I don't know why. I don't know. If you know the karma gods, talk to them for me, because yeah, it's a lot. But we're through. We're moving on. Addie's birthday is next week. She's gonna be 2. I can't believe it. I've got a huge birthday, well, not huge. She's 2. We're doing a house birthday with family, but still, gotta plan that, gotta get the house ready, hopefully get a fridge installed by then. It's gonna be crazy. Just craziness all the time. Never stops in this house, but I'm happy to be here and sharing it with you. So let me know in the comments down below what you got done this month, what you started this month, what you wanted to start and didn't get to, what kind of craziness happens. Do you have a period out of the year that is super unlucky for you? What's the craziest thing that's happened to you so far this year? Because we are only 2 months in, people. 2 months. So I want to hear all of it down below in the comments. Tag me on social media, Peonies and Cream, everywhere, anywhere. Tag me. I want to hear it. I want to see it. Be sure to like this comment, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything in the future, obviously. Go find us on social media, like and follow us everywhere else, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.